Hello and welcome to the weekly Global Heartstream. I'm Gabriel Gonzalez, a professional coach, artist, and speaker who enjoys traveling the world, connecting with amazing people, and talking about the longest, most rewarding journey that you'll ever embark on, the 12-inch journey between your head and your heart. Through individual and group coaching programs, online courses, and live seminars, I teach a heart-centered approach to personal mastery, leadership development, and spiritual growth that helps people become the most loving, joyful, and powerful version of themselves. The Global Heartstream is a weekly dedicated space to help you reconnect with your heart, raise your vibrational frequency, and remind you just how powerful, loving, and amazing you already are. It's also an invitation to unify our hearts with the intention of bringing more love, compassion, and healing to a world that so desperately needs it. You can find out more about my work by visiting gabrielgonsalves.com, where you can also sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the Heart Leader community, and register for my upcoming seminars. And if you enjoyed this Heartstream, please be sure to subscribe, like, or comment so that we can reach more people and help make this a more loving, compassionate, and heart-centered world. Hello and welcome to another inspiring episode of the Global Heartstream. I'm your host, Gabriel Gonzalez, broadcasting live this Wednesday, the 24th of May. After a few days of summer-like weather, it appears spring finally has arrived here in the south of Spain. It's been wet and very blessed to get some much-needed rain. It really does feel like spring finally, to the point that it reminded me even of South Africa, the Cape of Storm. Welcome, everyone. Today, we continue on this series of conversations we've been having this whole month about navigating through change. And specifically, we're going to be talking about how to build resilience. We're going to be looking at different kinds of resilience and what can you do to build what I believe is the most important one of them. I want to give a welcome to Amanda, Cindy, Ellen in Connecticut, Mary, who is back in Massachusetts. Oh, no. Isabel out in California. Hello, Simona. Lovely to have you here. Marilyn, Narayan, and those of you who are watching the replay, thanks again for hanging out with me every Wednesday, for your commitment, for being here. Hello, Leila. She wishes everybody a blessed day. Thank you, Leila. Received. How are you? How are you feeling right now? How's your week going so far? I'd love it if you could share just a word or two about how you're feeling, how your week is going. And if you have a particular request so that I can put it into our heart center prayer and meditation and lift it up, this is a good time to mention it. If we were doing this in person, in a circle, what I would normally do is before we would begin our meditation or a group process, I would have us all go around in the circle where you have the opportunity to say your name, say a few words about you, and then share your intention for being here today. And so, since unfortunately we don't have the time nor the possibility of being all physically in the same space, this is a good time to do a little bit of a check-in. And while you're typing in, how are you doing? How are you feeling right now? Or if you have any requests for our prayer today, I want to share a couple of announcements that I have. I want to let you know that beginning next week, Tuesday, I'm going to be starting a 5-week journey on what it means and how to pray from your heart. We're going to be talking about the different levels of prayer, and specifically, you're going to be learning a very powerful scientific method of prayer that leverages the power of the heart and emotion, so that it is from the heart, from the emotion, that you're learning how to pray. Okay, this starts next week, Tuesday, May 30th. It runs for 5 weeks. Classes are approximately an hour and a half. Every session is recorded in case you miss one of them, and it's guaranteed to deepen your spiritual practice of prayer. I think this is going to be the last event I'm going to be doing before going on a break during the summer. In case you're not aware of, I mentioned last week that next week, the last Wednesday of this month, will be the last Global Heartstream until I resume back in September. I'm going to be taking a 3-month break. During this time, I'm going to be focusing on other projects, especially my musical projects, so that I have more amazing things to share with you when I get back in September. All right, let's see what see how some of you guys are doing. Hello, Mariette. Welcome. Hello, those of you who are joining us right now. Well, Marilyn says she's just open to receive. Narayan says, feeling hopeful. Um, Lila says, I'm feeling much better now. Oh, that's lovely, Lila. I'm glad you are. Ellen says she's feeling peaceful. Simona feels amazing. Mary Rinaldi Healing says, feeling emotional. She misses Isabel. Wish you a blessed day. Everyone in Gabs. Oh, that's a repeat. I already said that. Cindy's heart says she's feeling anxious and would love to open her heart even more. So make a note of that. Anxiety. And Mariette says she's feeling sad. What? Very sad news. Got some very sad news. Oh, sorry to hear that, Mariette. Well, that's what we're here for. We're here to experience our connection and to elevate our consciousness together. It's not about escaping our sadness. It's not about bypassing our emotions and pretending to feel something that we're not feeling. No, it's quite the opposite. It's about really leaning into the feeling and opening our hearts to that feeling so that we can allow that feeling to be deeply felt, deeply seen, deeply acknowledged. Because it is in feeling the feeling that you surrender it. Remember it. As I often like to say, you have to feel it to heal it. Okay, so this is why this topic of building resilience is so important, because the heart is ultimately the key. All right, so for those of you who may be joining us for the first time this month, just a quick series of bullet points, okay, just to remind you the essence of what we have been speaking about this whole month. This whole month has been an exploration on what it takes to navigate change with a greater sense of ease and flow. First, we spoke about the importance of embracing the need for change. Okay, when you embrace, at that moment, you accept things that come with that change, including the emotional discomfort or the feelings of uncertainty. Two, it's important to embrace the fear of the unknown. Okay, fear is built into the equation of life. Three, acknowledge that you are in a transition. Four, appreciate the new things that begin to show up around you. Five, see this period of transition as a period of expansion and growth. Six, be patient and kind with yourself and others. And I would add to this, be compassionate and kind. Seven, remain grounded in your heart, which is where we're going to find the key to resilience. Eight, keep moving and taking action. So don't just sit in the laurels. Okay. It's important as you navigate change that you move, especially when you feel inspired to do so. 9, enroll the support of a friend, a mentor, a coach. This is in many ways what we're all doing here right now. We're unifying our hearts and consciousness and our intentions. And then 10, always remember that the nature of life is changing. Okay. Change, death, and taxes. They seem to be the only constants in lives. All right. Okay. Don't want to get ahead of the game. All right. So let's talk about what it means to be resilient. I believe that there are at least 4 levels in which we can be resilient. First, we have this thing that we call physical resilience. is resilience is the ability to become stronger in the body so that you can bounce back very easily whenever you have some kind of a setback or your body breaks down or you're injured in some way. So resilience is in essence the capacity to bounce back, okay, to be strong, but be able to get up and continue on the path, whatever it is. So many of us, especially if you started some kind of physical fitness training, you realize that the more you train, the more resilient you become. All right, the less your recovery time between workouts. Okay, so funny enough, the very same thing happens emotional. The next level of resistance, I would say it's mental, intellectual resistance. Okay, resilience, sorry. Okay, this is the type of resilience that you build, for example, when you are doing a lot of mental work, like my friend Bass, for example, who is right now taking his exams to become a medical doctor. So, to be able to study and prepare for this exams, he has to develop a lot of mental resilience. It's the capacity to be able to focus for long periods of time, even when he feels mentally tired and his thinking is cloudy, to be able to go back again to the book, to go back again over and over again, to keep coming back to it until he masters the lessons, memorizes the content, etc. Then we have what we're more interested here today, which is emotional resilience. Is the ability to bounce back after we've navigated some difficult periods of loss, transition, uncertainty, heartbreak, grief due to the death or the loss of somebody that we love, etc. Okay, so emotional resilience is the ability to tolerate the blows that life is going to inevitably give us because they're just part of life. But to be able to bounce back, to be able to recover from them very quickly. Now, when it comes to emotional resilience, your heart is the key. First, because your heart is the center of your emotional system. Second, because your heart is also the center of your electromagnetic system, which, as many of you already know, it's responsible for your own energetic vibration of what the Institute of Heart Math calls your heart signature, which is unique to you. So we're speaking about vibrational frequency. And so the higher you vibe, okay, the better you feel, the easier it is to, um, yeah, to be able to bounce back. Think of it, for example, have you ever been madly in love? Okay, what happens when you're madly in love? Well, normally, when many of us go through a period of being deeply in love with somebody, our hearts are open, our frequency rises. And then what happens? Okay, so something negative happens, and you're like, big deal, not a big deal. Why? Because the feeling of love is so overwhelming that it changes the perspective or the positionality of how you see things. So suddenly the world looks very beautiful. The world looks very benevolent, beneficial. Okay, and so you feel good. Well, this is why then we want to be able to work at the level of the heart and at the level of the emotion, so we can bring ourselves through the power of the heart and our focused breath into the heart and our intention to that vibrational frequency that we call the vibration of love, of what the Institute of Heart Math calls heart coherence, zero point 0.1 hertz, or what Dr. David Hawkins in his books Power versus Four calls the vibration of 540 in his calibrated map of consciousness, which is the energy field that nurtures, cares for, and supports all of life. That's what we're wanting to do. We want to align ourselves with the energy field. As we do that, the emotional system becomes stronger. All right. Not only do we open up all this little thing that we call our heart chakra, which is really immeasurable, but as it opens up, so increases also our capacity to feel uncomfortable emotions. And so we become stronger emotionally. All right. So one of the things that you're going to notice that as a result of, excuse me, as a result of doing this heart coherence practice, heart center meditation, heart center prayer, where you're activating the coherence, where you're working at the level of the feelings, one of the things you're going to notice is that Suddenly, something that used to take you 3 years to bounce back from, you bounce back in 3 months. Something that used to take you 3 months to bounce back from now takes you 3 weeks. Something that used to take you 3 weeks to bounce back from, it takes you 3 days. Something that used to take you 3 days now takes you only 3 hours. Something that used to take you 3 hours to bounce back, now 3 minutes. Something that used to be 3 minutes and now 3 seconds. I swear to God, that's how it is. Why? Because you become able, or you develop the capacity to process more emotional energy. And then as a result of that, as you feel this energy, it moves through you. So you move from the grief, from the sadness, from the fear, the feelings of uncertainty. You allow them, you welcome them, you offer them into your heart, you become the witness to them. You let go of your attachment to them, to think that you are your thoughts, you are your feelings, you are your emotional states. And then as a result of that, there's more space so that all these things can flow through you, just like electricity and magnetism move. And then as a result of that, you're going to notice that as your neurological system, because don't forget, our neurological systems is also involved, our brain deals and processes the loss, processes the changes, because the brain has to adapt. This is one of the reasons why, for example, when you're moving through these important transitions of your life, or challenging transitions, your dream life is very active in the middle of the night, because your brain is trying to make sense of all these changes and trying to adapt, okay, to prepare you and or to catch up with you, basically. All right, so this is what we're trying to do. Okay, so when you give your nervous system, your neurological system, some assistance by energizing your heart center, you're helping bring the systems into greater balance. You're also helping your endocrine system, of which your heart is part of, to increase the production of DHEA, for example, oxytocin, which are hormones that allow you to make you feel more at ease and saved and cared for and loved. And so you want to be doing some work at the level of the heart as well. Finally, we have the fourth level of resilience, which is spiritual resilience. Have you guys ever heard the expression, the spirit, the body is, how does it go? The body is weak, but the spirit is strong. Well, this is what that means. Okay, this is the kind of resilience or power or strength that arises from your spirit, from your soul, that comes with your intention. But beyond that, I would even say it comes from your heart. Because don't forget that your heart is your communication center with your soul, with your spirit, with the divine. Hi, Christoph. Welcome, brother. Lovely to have you here. And so, this is what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to, through your heart, not only strengthen your emotional system, but also access, tap into those vast spiritual resources that are available to you. What resources am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about, first and foremost, the love, the wisdom, and the power of God, which is another word for your own Christ self, Buddha nature, Atman presence, or divine essence, whatever name you choose to give this part of you. The part of you that is your divine blueprint. It is by aligning, tuning in, tapping in, claiming, okay, recognizing your divine inheritance, that you are made in the image and likeness of God, and that therefore you too possess the qualities of God: love, wisdom, power, compassion, power. I'm saying power again. All the qualities of God. And so it is by then aligning with these higher frequencies that emanates straight from your soul and through your soul, with the oneness in which your soul is always with God, so that you can bring those now to help you navigate your these difficult times, or to be able to come back. There's somebody here, I'm not going to say who they are, because of, of their privacy, who recently had some kind of a surgery. And this person shared with me that it wasn't until she began. Oh, I said who? I said it was a she until they began to really pray and to surrender to the greater will of God, that they began to suddenly bounce back from this major surgery. Okay. It wasn't until they started to align with a higher source that they noticed, wow, there is a shift. Because here's the thing, your own little human will is this little compared to the greater will or power, which is another word for the same thing, of God. Really, I would even make it bigger like that. Okay, so this is your little human will. This is the will of God, the power of God. So when you are in a situation where suddenly you feel like you just cannot handle it anymore, all right, you don't have that level of physical, mental, or emotional resistance, that is when then you owe it to yourself and you owe it to your own divinity to say, I surrender to thee, God, that my will and your will, or that your will and my will may become one, that only through you and through your love, through your wisdom, through your power, may I transcend this situation, may I heal, may I find my path, may I, whatever it is that you feel that this change is required of you at this moment. And this is why it's so important then to work at the emotional level, through the heart, and then at the spiritual level, through the heart. Okay, because through the heart, again, we strengthen the emotional system. The heart is the center of your emotional system. And through the heart also, we access the spiritual heart. And through the spiritual heart, the vast resources. There are the love, the wisdom, the power of God, which is your divine inheritance. All right. So this is what we want to do. And this is what we want to focus on during today's guided meditation and affirmative prayer process. So what I'd like you to do now with me is to begin to anchor some of this new awareness that I just shared with you as we begin now to transition from the left brain, logical, intellectual thinking mind into the heart. Please place a hand over the heart and repeat after me. I embrace change as a natural part of life. I have faith in my ability to adapt to the changes coming my way. Every change is a stepping stone towards my greater purpose. I am resilient and I have the strength to face any challenge. The more I surrender my fears, the more resilient I become. I am surrounded by love and support from the spiritual realm. With God's help, I bounce back stronger than ever before. I invite you now to close your eyes and to begin to bring the awareness now to the physical body. Specifically, we bring the awareness to the area in the center of the chest, which is the energetic center that we call our heart chakra. As we take a few moments to feel the heartbeat and to reconnect with the vibration that is emanating from our heart centers all the time. As you notice and observe your heartbeat and feel into the vibration that emanates from within, notice the speed of your heartbeat. Notice also the quality of your heartbeat. Notice also that your mind is thinking and thoughts are coming and going, and that it's okay for your mind to do what the mind does, which is to mentate and to think. As you continue to notice, observe, and connect with a heartbeat and the energy behind that heartbeat. Now we begin to inhale straight into the heart, directing the focused breath in and out of the heart. Allowing this breath to become nice and slow, nice and deep, and nice and evenly, so that the inhale and the exhale are approximately the same length. As you breathe in and out, you give yourself permission to relax the head, the neck, and the shoulders, letting go of any unnecessary tension. Letting go also of any tension around the arms, the torso, the stomach area, and the internal organs. Letting go of any tension in the pelvic area. Relaxing the legs, The more you relax, the deeper you breathe into your heart, the more you can feel the vibration of your heartbeat resonating through the body, the more space begins now to open up inside of you. Physical space opens up so that the organs can rest and adjust in comfort. Physical space, energetic space is being created now between cells so that more of life force, God force, can flow through you. The deeper you breathe in and out of the heart, the more also you expand your capacity to accept, embrace, and allow emotional energy. Now take a moment to feel appreciation for this heartbeat that gives you life. Remembering this heartbeat has been beating 100,000 times a day since you were about 21 days old. Didn't even have a brain yet. Yet your heartbeat was there. Letting the world know, I am here. I am life. I am the miracle of life. And since that moment, this life force that beats in you became the catalyst for change. Feel gratitude for the heartbeat. Feel gratitude for your willingness to be here today, remembering that special day when you incarnated on the part of you that was pure energy that existed beyond the world of form, came into a physical body and began to live, to beat, to sing, and to dance. Feel gratitude for how far you have come on your journey and for all that's taken for you to be here now, today. The two constants in your life and in the life of this heart of yours has been the spiritual force that powers it, that is God, and the physical forces of change that are part of this three-dimensional world. Make a choice to right now claim them and embrace them by saying, in essence, I am an infinite being. I am in this world, but I am not of this world. I'm in this physical body, but I am not this physical body. I have this personality, but I'm not my personality. I am now moving through changes, but I am not my changes. I am the presence that navigates the changes. I am the presence that knows how to adapt. I am the presence out of which changes arises. I am the infinite being in God, part of God. Like a wave is part of the ocean, I am a part of God. In the name of the Father, the Mother, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and speaking on behalf of everyone who's here today or anybody who may be watching this replay. I now connect and unify my heart to the infinite, loving, wise, and powerful heart of God. Knowing that where God is, I am. Where my heart is beating right now, God is. The love of God is. The wisdom of God is. The power of God is. Within me is the power that creates worlds. And because I am the power that creates world, I am the power to create myself, to navigate any transition into anything I choose to or am being asked to move into. In the name I am that I am, in the name of Jesus the Christ, in the name of unconditional love, I now release and let go of any resistance to change, any attachment to the old. Choosing to harness within me the qualities of God that make me resilient by nature. In unity with God, I declare I am strong, I am resilient, I am powerful beyond measure. Within me is the power to navigate all the changes that I'm going through. Within me is the power to be emotionally strong. Within me is the power to make all things new in my life. Within me is the wisdom that can guide me into this next stage of my life. Within me is the love that nurtures, cares for, and supports all of life. I give myself that love. I treat myself with love, with kindness, with respect, with compassion as I move through these changes, embracing my humanity and embracing every feeling that shows up. I allow it all. I welcome it all. Because I know that in God consciousness, I am resilient. I know that in God consciousness, Mariette is resilient. Barbara is resilient. Mary, Christoph, Marilyn, Cindy, they are resilient. Ellen, Isabel, Narayan, Lila, Simona, all resilient. Amanda, resilient. In God, each person here today and each person listening to this broadcast is powerful and resilient, wise beyond their comprehension, loving beyond any previous experience of love. That God may work miracles in their life, that in God consciousness, all things may be made perfect and whole. I rest in this awareness that is my divine inheritance, and in the knowing that in God all things are possible, that in God all can be overcome. I feel gratitude for this. I allow this truth spoken here in my name to penetrate the core of my being, to transcend my conscious mind, and to be imprinted in my soul's memory. For this is who I truly am in God. In perfect union with the heart of God, I now declare. Please repeat after me. I embrace change as a natural part of life. I have faith in my ability to adapt to the changes coming my way. Every change is a stepping stone towards my greater purpose. I am resilient and I have the strength to face any challenge. The more I surrender my fears, the more resilient I become. I am surrounded by love and support from the spiritual realm. With God's help, I bounce back stronger than ever before. This is the truth of my being. And so it is, and it is so. For the next few moments, give yourself permission to commune with the infinite loving wisdom, loving, wise, and powerful source that lives within you through your heart. If you want to, you can simply repeat the very simple mantra or prayer. I am the love, the wisdom, and the power of God. I am the love, the wisdom, and the power of God. I am the love, the wisdom, and the power of God. With each repetition of this prayer, allow yourself this sacred space of unity and recognition of your oneness with God. Dear God, our Heavenly Father and Universal Mother, thank you for the gift of this life. Thank you for the gift of this heart that connects us to your heart. Thank you for the opportunity to come together and for all that is taken so that we could be here today, unifying our hearts and consciousness, that we may strengthen each other, sharpen each other, and reinvigorate each other. I ask you that you continue to heal and strengthen our hearts. That you continue to guide us through our current changes and all future changes. That you guide us here today and always. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. Softly, we initiate now the return to our physical awareness that surrounds us. Giving yourself a few moments to begin to move and slowly open the eyes so that you can become reacquainted once again with the physical space that surrounds us. remembering that the place that I just guided you to is a place that is available within you, that you can access anytime you want to and choose to. That the love, the wisdom, and power of God are always within your reach. All that is required is just the willingness to come into your heart, to be open, available, and receptive. That's all. Within you, there is a power to bounce back from any situation you may find yourself. You've bounced back before, haven't you? Yeah. Within you, there's a power to ask for help. Within you, there's a power to invite God into your heart and to align with the greater will of God. Within you, there is a power to become physically resilient, mentally resilient, emotionally resilient, spiritual resilience. That God may be more of God through you, that you may accomplish more, be more, live more, give more. And all of this for the glory of God and the glory of God. Amen. All right, my beautiful friends, we're reaching the end of our broadcast. Time went by really quickly. It always does. When it's hard time, it always flies. How are you feeling? What are you taking away from our time together? I want to remind you that if you haven't already subscribed or liked or even commented on these videos, it really is very helpful if you do. It helps other people find these videos so that more people can benefit from the field and the experience that we are creating here today. All right, that's it for today. Let me know in the comments if you want to. What are you taking away from our time together? Well, I want to remind you once again that next week will be our last broadcast until September. In case you arrive late, I'm going to be taking a 3-month break, summer break, to dedicate myself to some creative projects, especially my music. I have all these songs. I think I have now a total of about 89 songs that I have received over the past 7 years. And I've been slowly recording them and putting them together. And because I decided to learn how to do this all myself, it's been quite a slow process because there's been a learning curve. But I think I've reached now the place where I'm now ready to put everything aside, to just lock myself into the studio, so to speak, and and record this music that I have no doubt will bring tremendous amount of healing to many people in the world. And the only reason I know that is because this is the music that helped me heal while I myself was going through my own hardships and periods of grief and pain. So that's why the album or the whole compilation is called Medicine for the Heart, because it's been the music that's helped me heal my own heart, and it's helped also a lot of people in ceremonies and circles also heal. All right. Let's see the comments. Narayan says, feeling connected and invigorated. That's lovely. Marilyn says, thank you, Gabs. I feel the love and resilience needed to move forward with the challenges I'm facing. That's great. Marjorie says, thank you. My heart is strengthened. What a joy to come back to the physical with a smiling baby next. That's just great, Marjorie. Simona says, feel empowered. Thank you, Gabriel. You're welcome. Ellen says, all is well in Connecticut. Mary Rinaldi Healy says, taking away peace and joy. Thank you. Namaste. You're welcome. Leila says, wonderful guided meditation. You're very welcome, Leila. Isabel's taking peace and clarity. Geraldine says, have a wonderful 3 months. See you in September. May everyone be healthy and happy. Yes, but I'll still be here next week. Okay, so we'll still have 1 more week. Evan says, feeling inspired, peaceful, resilient. Yeah, good. And Cindy says, I hope that you have the best, most joy-filled summer yet. Blessings of love and wisdom. You're very welcome. All right, my dear friends, thank you once again for lending me your hearts and ears and allowing me to be part of your life. And yeah, I want to remind you to join us one more time for our season finale. I guess you could call it a season finale. If television series can do that, why can't we not call this, since it is the end of a season? Wherever you are in the world, please take care of yourself. Be loving, kind, compassionate with yourself so that you can offer others the exact same thing. Until the next time, I'll send you all of my love from my heart to yours. Bye bye for now. Thank you for joining me in this week's Heartstream. I hope you're walking away feeling more connected to yourself and your divinity, to the planet, to others, and to all of life. Please be sure to subscribe so that you can receive notifications about upcoming broadcasts. And if you would like to sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the Heart Leader community, or register for my upcoming trainings and seminars, be sure to visit my website, gabrielgonzalez.com. Until the next time, please take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And as always, I send you all my love from my heart to yours. Bye for now.